Good evening, and welcome back to another Sunday evening with TSP. Tonight, Combat Chaps is in his car
Hey
somewhere in
guys,
Memphis, Tennessee.
sorry, I'm in Memphis. I just officiated a wedding, and I'm on the move. I'm mobile
Always,
tonight.
yes, always. Tonight, we're with SSgt Navarro. He's a Marine Corps veteran, a Chicago police
Hoorah!
officer, so we can't wait to get his story. Oscar, how you doing today, buddy?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Excellent, man. We're excellent.
Fantastic.
So a while back, my good buddy and shipmate Taco said, "Hey man, I got a guy for you guys to interview, man. Oscar, he's a Chicago police officer, Marine Corps. He's a good dude." So I was like, "Hell yeah, let's get him on, man. I love this." So not only do we interview veterans, we love our first responders. So this is great, man. We got
we get a twofer.
tonight. Yeah, we
get a twofer tonight.
We love it. So, hey, before we get started, I want to thank our Patreon members. Doing these shows are not cheap, so we rely on Patreon members to support us. There's links in the description. If you're interested in helping us out, go ahead and click on it. You can donate anywhere from $5, $10 a month, whatever you feel comfortable with. And it's a great way to get swag back. So every 3 months, get some swag. And our show sponsor, Proven Valor.
Yep. Jeffrey Sabins, thank you so much, brother.
Gunny Jeffrey Sabins. He was on our Purple Heart episode. Man, we're just doing some great things over here at TSP, man. We love what we do. Combat Chaps. He's a go-getter, man. He's the commander of the VFW post 12206 here in Murfreesboro, Stones River post. The post is only 1 year old, and it's literally taking Tennessee by storm, man. He's doing Combat Chaps is doing some great things in Tennessee, man. And
thank you. And I learned from the best, man. I learned from you. You've been an All-American commander for 4 times in a row now, and I'm grateful to be on this show. I'm grateful to help you out, and I'm grateful to talk to these veterans and get their stories. So
yeah. Hey, and by the way, we were up for a Veteran Podcast Award, and we just found out this week that the award ceremony is Friday night, and we just found out we're in the finals for not only Best Navy podcast, because I put it under Navy because obviously I'm the Navy. Mr. Chaps here is
Marine Corps, he didn't want to say the Marine Corps, but because we are the men's department of the Navy.
Yeah. Well, the reason why I didn't put Marine Corps down, like I would have been more than happy to honor your service, Chaps, but because Travis,
Oscar Mike, we didn't want to rain on his parade.
I didn't want to. He's the one that turned us on to this, so I didn't want to compete with them.
No, and dude, I totally get it. And you know what? I love the Navy. All right, I really do. You guys take us where we have to go fight, so I love it.
Yeah. So not only we're in the top 2 of the Best Navy podcast, believe it or not, we're in the top 2 of the best overall veteran podcast.
I know that's so crazy. That's crazy. I mean, we've been around for a year and a half, maybe
1 year, and we're kicking ass, and we love it. So with that said, Oscar, how you doing, buddy?
Oscar, we want to know where you started, where you live, why did you join the Marine Corps, what you did in the Marine Corps, and what are you doing now?
Yeah,
that's the basis of TSP, the Scuttlebutt.
Right, and tonight's yours, buddy.
All right, so my story starts in Honduras. So I grew up in Honduras, Central America. I lived there till I was 8 years old.
In Utila?
And I remember there was
no, dude. That's why I know you, man. I knew you. I know you from Utila. Dude, do you know Arthur Bush?
No, I don't.
He runs
No, I
Hotel
don't think
Utila.
so. Oh
This
no,
is,
no, no! I
how
haven't
do we
been
get
there.
all these
I
people
mean,
that
I've been there
know?
on vacation, but no, it's been a while.
Okay, all right, all right.
So I remember I was about 6 years old. There was some sort of field training op going on out there, and some Marines landed a helicopter in my small town where I grew up. And I remember, we interacted. I didn't speak English back then, but um, it was my first interaction with Marines. I was about 6 or 7 years old in Honduras. So fast forward till I was about 9, 10 years old. My mom, who was already living in the States, she applied for my residence so I could come to the country legally with my younger brother, and she moved us to New York. So I grew up in New York till I finished middle school. Then after middle school, we moved to Pennsylvania, where I finished high school. When I was in high school, I met the man who I call basically my second dad. He's a retired master sergeant from Vietnam era, Stephen Borland. We still keep in touch. He lives in Florida now. I joined Navy ROTC in high school, so
Nice.
and he was one of my instructors. He gave me the first taste of the Marine Corps, really. So uh, as soon as I met this guy, I knew that I wasn't gonna. I didn't want to go to college. I didn't want to do anything else but join the Marine Corps, and that's what I did. And it's probably the best decision I've made in my life up until this point. Um, when I joined the Marine Corps, I went in at open contract, and I was assigned as a supply Marine. After that, I went to boot camp in Paris Island. My first duty station turned out to be up in First Combat Engineers out of Camp Mateo and Pendleton.
Yeah.
I did about 6 or 7 months there. Then I was sent over to Security Battalion, work with the MPs out of Pendleton, and then I requested orders to Japan. I thought I was going to Okinawa. Turns out I was sent to Iwakuni. I did 2 years there, and I also did a 6 month deployment to South Korea too. I was in Camp Mujuk. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that. It's a
Yeah,
really
I
small
have.
camp. It's basically just maintain the camp for Marines who come train up there with the Rock Marines. Um, so I had a really good experience on active duty. I actually submitted a reenlistment package, but my career planner at the time dropped the ball. I ended up having to get out, not because I wanted to, but because of the career planner. But at the time, I was upset. But things happen for a reason. So um, fast forward to I joined in 1999. So my time in active duty was up in '03, August '03, and then I joined I was out for about 6 months, and I joined the reserve unit out of Chicago, Illinois, 2nd Battalion, 24th Marines. I want to say I joined around February that of '04. Uh, about 2 months later, I want to say in April, we received orders to deploy to Iraq. Um, and, I want to say we left. We activated around June of '04, and we left for country in September. We were in Camp Horner training for about 4 months, I want to say, before we left for in country. Uh, and we went upon arriving in Iraq. My first tour, we were stationed in Mahmudiya. It's otherwise known as the Sunni Triangle of Death.
Yep. Yep. Triangle of Death.
Yeah, it's a great experience. It sucks because we had a lot of guys, came back with a lot of hurt guys, and we lost 13 warriors out there. We ended up losing one more actually, who he survived the IED attack, but he ended up passing away after we all returned from combat. And we also lost another warrior training in California on a rollover vehicle accident. So that deployment cost us 50 Marines. So that was the bad part, but the good part is we had an outstanding uh, battalion commander, Lieutenant Colonel Mark Smith. He passed away from cancer a couple of years ago. He was a really good guy, really great leader. He led this, reserve battalion, and at first I was a little hesitant, coming from active duty, the whole thing with active duty and reservists. But this battalion kicked ass, man. It absolutely kicked ass. The local terrorists ended up naming our battalion the Mad Ghost because we're constantly.
You got that's you got. Okay, I've heard that. I've heard that name before.
Yeah. So it was a great experience. I wouldn't change it for the world. It made me a better man overall, better father, better son, just better friend. It was a great experience for me. So fast forward a couple of years later, we received orders to deploy again. This time we deployed to Habbaniyah, which is just out it's in between Ramadi and Fallujah. But in 08, It was a little more quieter. Things were winding down a lot. So, like I said earlier, I was a supply Marine, but for my second deployment, I was actually pulled out of my section, and I was placed in charge of the EOD security. So they gave me a corpsman and 8 other Marines, and we actually did really good. The EOD squad, they were pretty good. They were I want to say they were pretty pleased with the security we provided for them that deployment, and it was again another great experience for me, man. I learned a lot. I learned how to navigate a lot. I learned how to just working with the EOD guys. How outstanding just warriors. EOD is not an easy job, but and had a great tour. Then we did lose 2 Marines that tour. They were hit by an IED. I think they hit an older IED, like an anti-tank mine, possibly, and they were trapped inside their vehicle. So we lost 2 more in that deployment. But again, things were down, so the deployment was a little more quick. I did skip one part. Right before I left for my second deployment, I was hired by the Chicago Police Department. So I was in the academy when I received orders to go to my second deployment. So I came back, started the academy again, and completed the academy in October of 2009. And I've been working the streets ever since, mainly in the west side of Chicago. Been working the streets. I worked in the 10th district, did some time on midnights. Then I went to a tactical team, plainclothes team. Did a lot of good work there. After that, some of my bosses like the work I did on TAC, and they sent me to gang investigations, which is more of a long-term investigative type of police work. Learned some things there. From there, I was sent over to a violent crime team out of Area 5, which covers the northwest side of the city. Essentially, what I do now with a team of 9 guys and a sergeant, we work hand in hand with detectives, and we help them find targets of homicide or crime or criminal sexual assault, things of that nature. I love what I do. I wouldn't change anything for the world. I have a great family, I have a great wife, I have 3 great kids, and I mean, God's blessed me with really good life that I can't complain, and that's why I love. I wasn't born here. I love the opportunity it has provided for me. Things that I could never dream of growing up in Honduras. So yeah, it's a little bit about myself. Hopefully, I didn't bore you guys too much.
No, dude.
Dude, I love this story, man.
I do too.
First of all, we have an immigrant that served in the Marine Corps and is now serving in the Chicago PD. Like, this is literally what this country is made of. It's
Yeah,
people like you. I love this story.
Thank
I
you.
do too. And on
No, yeah,
a lighter note, and I'm sorry to interrupt. I know it's your time, but I did live in
no, it's okay.
Honduras for a month. Okay, I loved it.
Oh, nice.
I was on Utila for a month, and that's an amazing island. I love it. I love your country. I love Honduras. It's just a great place to go visit, and a good place to scuba dive too.
Okay. I've never been scuba diving, but I would like to take the family and do something of what is that island called? There's
Roatan.
Yeah, there you go, Roatan.
Yeah, Roatan.
Yeah,
That's the island. Yeah, I know, dude. You're from Honduras, and I know. Yeah, there's like 3 islands. There's Utila, Roatan, and Garaja. And Roatan is where like the tourists go.
Yeah,
Utila.
I've been to Roatan.
Oh yeah, you've been to Roatan, but I mean Utila was. I did like 35 dives in Utila. There's like 7 dive shops
nice.
on the island. It's amazing.
Awesome. Yeah, so I did meet there's a double dog with the 2nd Battalion 24th Marines. He told me he was stationed in Honduras for about 6 months, I believe, and he loved it too. He loved the women. He loved everything about Honduras. He was telling me.
Yeah.
Yes, the women are very, very nice.
I did never get a chance though, but I think the one thing that I wanted to do when I was in active duty, I wanted to be a Marine security guard.
MSG duty, baby.
I wasn't a citizen back then, so and you had to be a citizen in order to obtain a clearance because you're working in embassies.
Yeah.
With VIP politicians and stuff like that. That's one of the things I really wanted to do, but I never got a chance. Yeah, but no, I love it. I love everything about the Marine Corps, man.
So
you should come to our ball on November 12th, man. Marine Corps Ball, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. 8 hours away. It's really easy, man. Easy drive.
Is it close to Nashville or no?
Yeah, we're right.
Yeah, actually, we're about 35 miles from Nashville. Yeah.
I have some friends who want to go to Nashville for the Marine Corps birthday. The thing is that I haven't committed yet because I have I'm running the marathon the 30th.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I have the 1-year-old and the 2.5-year-old, and leaving 2 weekends in a row. It's a little hard on the wife, but we'll see if we can make it work. I definitely want to.
You're always welcome to Tennessee, Oscar. Always.
Thank you.
Hey,
we'll be in touch for sure because.
I just want to give a shout out. My buddy Taco is watching right now, and he told me I should change my shirt.
Oh, really?
What does your shirt say? I can't even read it, dude.
Lions.
It say Lions? Okay.
Yes,
Lions.
Wait, didn't they lose? Did they lose today?
Dude, if it's Sunday, you can bet they lost.
Who would they play?
The Patriots. Your team.
Yes! Yes! Go Patriots! Go Pats, baby!
It's funny though because I had the same exact hoodie that Oscar is wearing earlier, but every time I go to watch football, I always put my Lions gear on. So I literally have that same exact hoodie that Oscar's wearing, and I took it off.
No way.
Yeah, from
Grunt Style. I wear my Bills gear every Sunday, so.
Bills gear.
Ooh, the Bills. They play. Who the Bills play today?
They destroyed the Steelers earlier.
Yeah, they kicked their shit out of the Steelers, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
So after the Marine Corps Marathon, I'm running with a couple other buddies, and what we're doing is as soon as we're done running the marathon, we're catching a flight to Buffalo to watch the Bills Packers on Sunday night, the same Sunday.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wish us luck. Hopefully,
yeah.
No, good luck, man. That's what 26.2 miles.
Yeah, I just hope you beat the shit out of the Packers, man. I hate those assholes.
Yes.
That's 26 miles, right? Of running.
That's the plan. I hope so.
Jesus, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I actually just did
Hey,
a practice run.
hey, 3 miles PFT. That's fine with me. No more than 3. I'm good to go.
Well, this is supposed to be my last marathon because I ran the Marine Corps Marathon before and the Chicago before. And I wanted to run the Marine
Oh
Corps
well.
Marathon one more time, so I signed up back in 2020. But COVID's pushed it back 2 years. So finally, we'll be able to do it this year.
Hey, Oscar, Taco is saying that
Yes.
tell him that Taco said, tell him I'll have bond money ready for you.
We might need it. Might need it after partying with the Bills Mafia.
Hey, I got some funny ass stories about Taco. Like, hey, Taco, I know you're watching right now. I already told my buddy Oscar here that your name's not Ron Blas. That's bullshit. Your name's Taco.
Yep. Secret's out, dude.
So, funny story. I had back in the day in the mid '80s. I had this old ass Volkswagen Bug. It was like a '69 Bug. Drove that thing everywhere. And Taco was like, "Hey, let's go to my uncle's house." I think it was his uncle. It's like his godfather. So we were in Alameda, which is in the San Francisco Bay, and he wanted to drive all the way down to L.A. So me and him drive all the way to L.A. in this piece of shit car, drinking beer, like throwing beer cans out the window all the way down. We're getting drunk. It breaks down halfway through. Taco's yelling at me. He actually said he was going to kill me at one time. And then, so we get all the way to his uncle's house and we're partying and we're drunk as shit. His uncle, who is obviously very Spanish descent, had me cornered and was going to freaking steal the life out of my body because I was calling his nephew Taco. And I was like, I literally don't know why you're so upset at me. That's all I know him by. I don't know his real name. Like, this is what everybody calls him. He was ready to kill me, and Taco had to pull him off. Like, dude was like a pit bull on me.
Oh, that's good. That's a good story. Yeah, you gotta be careful. Sometimes some people, sometimes people get offended with,
Yeah.
things.
No, it was definitely my bad because here I am, like the whitest dude in fucking East LA or wherever the fuck we were at, calling a Mexican kid Taco. Like, I see it now. When I look back, I was like, oh yeah, that was not a good move.
I'm sure it was fine back then, even though somebody didn't like it, it was still fine. Now you have a lot.
No, you can't do that. No, can't do that now. I don't know, dude. I don't know what happened, man. I mean, 20 years ago, we were good, and then now it's just I don't know what's going on with this country right now.
Yeah,
especially with it being in combat. I mean, we had to laugh, a lot of violence, a lot of we're losing guys, and we're getting attacked left and right, IEDs, mortars. So you had to laugh in order to be able
Oscar,
to, come out of the.
Hey, Oscar, when were you at Habanilla? What year?
In 2008.
Okay.
We arrived
because I was actually.
It was right around the time of the Super Bowl. I remember. The Patriots played the Giants. I think it was the first year they played.
Okay.
We had just arrived that same week that they played in the Super Bowl. I remember.
Okay, because you mentioned Fallujah, Ramadi. I was there in 05 and 06, and then 22nd Mew in 07.
That was rough.
I mean,
that was rough.
I heard, your story reminded me of you had a rough go. That was a horrible deployment, man, and it was bad.
Hey, Oscar, I have a question for you.
No, it was rough, man. It was rough. It absolutely was. Again, we lost some good Marines, but
Yeah.
um, our battalion did some good work out there, man. They kicked
Oh yeah.
ass, our grunts were spot on. I mean from the top to the bottom, man. Everyone pulled their weight. It was great.
Yeah.
Um, like I wouldn't change it, man. You learn a lot, You learn to appreciate life a lot more. Uh, like you see some of the things going on in this country right now, how people take for granted the things that they have and their freedoms, and
Yeah.
No.
um,
Yeah. No, you're totally right.
Yeah.
if,
That's the great thing
if
about the
everyone
military, man.
lived through some of the
Yeah.
yeah, if I feel like a lot of these people who complain about absolutely nothing in this country right now, if they live through something like we've been through, I
Yeah.
think they would appreciate the things they
Yeah.
have a
They would.
lot more.
Yeah. No. Exactly. No. You.
And I
You.
feel
You said it right, man.
100%. And this is coming from an
I feel like
immigrant. I love that
a lot
shit.
of division in this country comes from people just being bored. I think people get
Yeah.
bored, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden they're trying to find reasons to be like. I've had people try to feel offended on my behalf. When
You're like, what
we're,
the hell?
we're devil dogs. Everything like it takes a lot
Yeah.
to offend me, man.
Yeah.
I
I
can't
hear
remember
you.
the last time I was offended. Um, and like I was saying earlier, we gotta laugh, and I've
Yes,
always
sir.
worked with a group of guys who, we get along, we buzz balls, um, and like the team that I'm on right now in the department, it's a great group of guys. And it's not common to get 9 guys on the same page that all get along. We all work together. Everyone has their own thing that they do, and
Right.
um, uh, but it's you need that, you need to have that camaraderie and stuff,
Yeah.
and that's the problem. A lot of the especially our youth, they're just lost. I was reading an article today how recruitment's down, and it's not just because people don't want to join. Yeah, a lot of people don't want to join, but a lot of it has to do with like their weight. I'm
Yeah.
like,
No. No. You're right,
that's
man.
crazy
You're
to
right.
see that
Yeah.
turned away because you're not taking care of yourself.
Yeah. You're
It's
fat.
crazy to me, man.
Bunch of
Hey.
fat
Hey.
bodies.
Hey, Oscar. What battalion were you at Paris Island?
Uh, Second Battalion,
Yeah. Me
platoon
too. Good. Good man.
2094.
Good man.
All right. That's what I was going to ask. Are you
Yeah,
so? I'm going
1999.
to ask a dumb question because I don't know your guys' lingo. Are you a sand flea or a Hollywood Marine?
He's a sand flea, man. Paris Island.
Yeah, Paris Island, Sand Fleas, and then the Hollywood Marines are. I'm not gonna lie. I think they have it a lot harder, man. Climbing those mountains out there on the
Dude,
West
those.
Coast.
Hey, no,
The
you're right,
Sand
man.
Fleas,
Those
they don't
mountains
know
are.
about
Those mountains are killer.
those mountains. I'm telling you, the time I spent in Pendleton, they got me in shape, man. We did a lot of hiking out there. We did a lot of humps. They
Oh
got me in
yeah,
really
I
good
was.
shape, man. Those mountains are no joke.
Yeah, I was.
The only
Fox
difference
Company,
with
2081.
oh, okay. Uh, I was Fox Company too.
You were Fox Company
What do
too?
you call it? Yeah, yeah.
I was.
Uh,
Wow,
What's
we
the
got so
year
much in
difference?
common, dude.
What's the year
so
difference?
the only thing about humping in Paris Island, those drill instructors, you were pretty much running the entire time.
Yeah, pretty
Because
much.
there's everything's so you're running with all this your shit on, and you better get ready. So I'm not gonna. I mean, it has this. Um, they both have their thing, but I think the West Coast is a lot harder, man. I did a lot of humping in the West Coast. And I was only there for about a year and a half, but I was in great shape, man.
I bet you were.
I think I ran the best time I ran in the PFT was a 19-minute 3 mile, and I think
Damn,
you can blame
that's
those
fast.
mountains. You can You can blame those
That's
mics.
fast, man.
For sure.
Dude, my best time was 23 minutes, okay? And I was 26 when I did it.
Well,
I went to boot camp at 26 years old, man. I was the grand old man of the Marine Corps when I went in.
Yeah. So I have a cousin. She graduated from the Naval Academy a couple of years ago, and she went
Nice.
the Marine route. And I actually met another Honduran. He was in the Navy, and then he went to. He applied for the academy while on active duty as enlisted in the Navy, and he was Honduran too, which was they had the same sponsor out in Annapolis. I can't remember the name. He wasn't around much, but yeah, it was funny to see another Honduran.
Dude, I love the Hondurans. You know why? Because we had a Honduran in our battalion, in my company, Arthur Bush, he owns Hotel Utila on Utila, and his sister Annie is great, but he could not. He had a hard time with English, like big time.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, I know, yeah, because that Honduran, like, Utila language is, like, wicked hard, man.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's like half English, half Spanish, and, like, they've got this accent. I could never understand what the hell he was saying, ever.
Yeah, and then they have these African dialects, too, that they speak out in those.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I have no idea what they're saying either.
I just got to say, San Pedro Sula is a very, very dangerous place to go for a white man.
Oh, yeah. That's for anybody. I don't like to go, to be honest with you, because of the simple fact that, to survive 2 combat tours and then to go to Honduras. And somebody,
I know. That's,
offs you just for a pair of shoes or something stupid, it's.
Dude, when I was there, I had to come back to the Saiba, and dude, I had to grow a beard. I looked like a bum before I came home to America. I didn't want people to mess with me, so I just made myself look really, really gross.
Yeah, the last time I was out there, I was just wearing.
Thank you, Flake. I appreciate that, sir. You asshole. Fucking Navy.
Marines are gross, bro.
Yeah, we are gross.
We're supposed to be.
Yeah, that's right. Dude, we are in the mud. We're in the blood. We're in the dirt. I mean, come on.
Well, you should have joined the Navy, man. You could have been on the chow line.
Yeah, well, that's my dad did that. My dad joined the Navy. He was just fine with that. But hey, Oscar, hey, thanks a lot for doing this, man. I know you have a great story. You really do. You have a comeback story. It's awesome.
No, thank you. I appreciate it.
Especially like I said, from Honduras and thrive in this country, man.
Yeah. No, like I said, I just wish some of our youth would get to experience a little bit of what a hard life actually is.
I think they should. I think they should
in Iraq and seeing all the power and people suffering and politics aside, I like the fact that we still got to help people in Iraq. It sucks the way we left, but at least for the time that we were there, we were helping people, and they were appreciative of us. They really liked having us there, and it just felt good, and to see the people struggle. You learn to appreciate the freedoms and all the shit that we have in this country. And a lot of people tend to forget that, who have never suffered at all.
Oh, dude, we gave out beanie babies and soccer balls to the kids, man. Like anywhere we'd see them, beanie babies and soccer balls.
Yeah, and I mean, it changed life. Just having something that they probably could never get their hands on. It's so simple to us, but to them, a soccer ball means the world to them. It was
Yep.
awesome. I know one of our interpreters from our second deployment. One of my good friends was telling me he lives in Texas now. He's like a citizen. This guy has an IT job. He's an IT tech for some big company. I mean, it's awesome, Like, and again, there's people who come from actual, suffering and
Yeah.
actual systemic problem. You know what I mean? Like, and they come here and they appreciate the things that they have. Yeah, I just wish we can get that message to our youth so they can understand that. We have flaws and there's room for improvement, and there always will be. But we're the best country in the world, man, by far.
Yeah.
There's no competition at all.
Lots of opportunities for people. Lots of opportunities.
Yes.
Yep.
Hey,
Exactly.
Oscar, do you have any good stories about the Chicago PD?
Oh yeah.
Let's hear a juicy one, man.
Well, the thing about here, you guys know we have job security here, man.
Yeah.
Like, what's one of the craziest statistics that kind of baffles me is how there's only been like a couple of days in the past. I don't know. Don't quote me. I'm just guesstimating here, but in the last 8 years or so, there's only been like maybe 1 or 2 or 3 at the most, like actual calendar days that somebody wasn't shot. That's just crazy to me, because think about all the days that snows or rains.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. People are always getting shot here. It's insane.
Sounds like Memphis.
Oh yeah, I've heard about Memphis. There's a lot of vice lords over there, and we have vice lords.
Oh man, Memphis, dude, you got to have a flak and a Kevlar and a 9 and an M4 coming to Memphis.
Yeah, I read article.
That sucks. There's no place that shouldn't be.
Yeah.
I read an article today that said Chicago is the #1 big city in the country, and I was like, "What? Who the hell? #1 at what, man?"
And most people shot.
Yeah.
The thing is that I don't know, the media twists this whole thing with the per capita thing. They the whole per capita thing. They kind of like, it seems to me like they kind of wash down the amount, all the violence that goes on here, only because we're a larger city than other cities. But we've had a couple of years where we had more homicides than New York and LA combined, which are larger cities than we are. We got to do something, man. But the thing is that it seems like instead of letting police do their jobs, it's like, I don't know what these politicians are thinking, but things are getting worse.
Yeah.
Violence is just out of control, man. Like, here is just normal. We respond to calls of people shot or homicides, and people are just like almost immune to it at this point.
Yeah.
As far as crazy stories, I'm drawing blanks right now.
You got any Marine Corps stories you want to tell us?
Marine Corps stories. Let's see. I guess as far as going back to the whole thing of appreciating things, like, I mean, I sometimes I ask myself like how I'm still here, because I mean I had so many close calls over there, but as far as like IEDs, and I remember a couple of times mortars landing not too far from the shitters, or
Yep.
or RPGs or things like that nature, roadside IEDs. I remember one time I thought I was I don't know. I thought I was done, man. On more than one occasion, but there were 2 times specifically where I really thought I was gone, and I'm still here, man. So I'm trying to, you know, make the best out of it, because especially because of those incidents, I think you learn to appreciate life even more than you already do. You know. Um,
I agree, man. I agree.
as far as specific incidents, man, I don't know. Trying to think. I'm drawing blanks, guys. Sorry.
No, I thought,
No, you're
hey,
good,
hey,
man. You're
hey,
good.
man, I'm starting
Oh,
to
but
forget about my first deployment.
one thing that I do like to share though with like the on a serious note with the all our vets, who are uh, going through a dark time in their mind. Like for me, that's why I'm not saying I'm the best runner in the world. By no means am I saying that, but that is the one thing that when things start to get really, really stressful or hard, I go run and I just sweat it out, and it clears my mind. It helps clear my mind. So for vets, that's one thing that I like to share for anybody going through a dark time. Just you don't have to run, but just find that one thing that that's gonna help you clear your mind.
Yeah.
Or even if it means talking to someone or going for a walk or a jog or whatever it is that you like to do. Always reach out,
Yeah, just get on and
because
do
I
it,
know
man.
that
Yeah.
we got to get that 20 number down. That
Yes.
22 number, man, it's really sad. It's like, so
Yeah. Tomorrow needs you.
that's the one thing
Yeah.
that I like to share with any new vets, because I know some
Yeah.
guys who are going through tough times, man, and
Yeah.
for the most part they're good, but every so often they kind of fall into that dark place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely. And
it,
I don't want
it
to speak
sucks,
for
but
combat
we have to
chaps
be
here,
there for
man,
each
but
other.
this is why we love what we do.
This
Uh,
is. This
get,
is.
get
You
getting
know.
the word out,
Yeah,
and let people know that you're not alone, man. Everybody's dealing with their demons, and we're here to lend an ear.
To help. Yeah, we're here to help. I went through my dark
yeah, yeah.
times, and
Yeah, it's pretty
for
good.
the first time in my life, I'm happy, joyous, and free, and it's because of my fellow Marines. It's my VFW guys. My wife. If I didn't have any of that, I'd probably be drunk in a gutter somewhere.
You were
Yeah, yeah.
drunk in a
No,
gutter
it
somewhere.
trust me, I know the feeling.
Yeah,
uh, uh, I know the feeling. I know the feeling. But we just like I said, we gotta be there for each other, and
Yeah, yeah.
exactly. Yeah, we got to
anybody
lean on each
listening,
other.
who's going through a tough time,
Hey,
talk, man. I love this podcast because of the simple fact that it helps you, clear your mind, talk about things that we've been through, without,
definitely.
because I really don't like discussing like combat stuff uh with civilians, or even like in the police department. I'm really not good at discussing. I, I don't know. I just don't feel comfortable.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know what it is, but I don't like to talk about things if I don't feel comfortable. But like here in
yeah.
this setting, like I just met you guys, 45 minutes ago, and I can
And
open
look
up
at
to you
you,
guys
man.
like,
You made it.
that's
You did it.
yeah.
that's what's great
Hey,
about it.
we're
The camaraderie we built. I mean, all
yeah,
you need is
we're definitely here for one another. That's for sure.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome, man. I appreciate you doing this. It's great. I actually felt bad because when Ronnie told me about it, we were at a friend's retirement party,
He's
and
not
I drank
Ronnie,
a
it's
lot that night.
Taco.
Like it kind of slipped my taco, yeah.
On taco.
so
Yeah.
so that night I drank a lot. I mean a lot. Like
Yeah.
I think I got home like 5 in the morning that night.
Muy baracho.
and it kind of slipped my mind, after that night. But then when you called me, I was actually in LA because I went to the Buffalo Bills against the Rams game, the season
Hell
opener.
yeah.
So I was
Yeah.
out there
Right on.
when you called me, And I'm pretty sure when you called me, I was also drunk in LA. I was on a mini
It
vacation,
happens,
so
buddy.
And then when I came back, because I was out there for about 5 days. I was drinking every day. It was so hot out there too. All I wanted to do was drink out there. But then I came back and I was like, oh my god, I completely forgot to get back to you. So that was my fault. The drinking, sorry.
Hey.
But
we've all done it. I mean, I drank a lot in 3-8 India Company, and we all do it. The Marine Corps is good for that.
It happens to the best of us. So, funny story about Ronnie, Mr. Taco. Out of all the shipmates that I served with, there's we still we talk about pretty much. We talk quite a bit. There's Tony Ortiz, Paul Freeman, John Foster, Taco, Rick Klinkenberg. We talk quite a bit. Out of all of us, only one of us has spent time on the brig and was on bread and water. Can you guess which one it was? Taco, the guy that just retired from the Chicago PD after 30 years. He spent time on the brig. So it happens to the best of us.
hey, I got to tell this story, man. I mean, I got NJP for drinking in Iraq in 2005. All right, who does that? This guy.
You do. Happens to the best of us.
I did not drink in Iraq because I wanted to be mission ready. I did not want to have a foggy brain if we had to leave.
Oh, God, man, listen to him. Dude, he must have been a squad leader.
But I wanted to. Don't get me wrong, I wanted to, but I never did. I did drink. I don't know if you went to those chahos where they had the non-alcoholic beer. I would drink the non-alcoholic beer.
Oh, dude, I tried to drink like 8 of those to get drunk, and it didn't work.
I actually, so I got lucky twice. I could have been NJP twice. The first time I was 19 in Pendleton, and we were watching football, and we were having a couple of beers, in the room, doors locked, everything. There's this a female Marine who stayed next door, and she didn't like that we were making noise watching football, so she called the officer of the day on us. Man. He shows up, he knocks on the door, and he takes names down. The next morning, we had to go see the sergeant major.
Yeah.
And I thought I'm fucked. I'm gonna be a private now. The coolest shit that I ever saw. The lieutenant and the officer of the day, they take us into the sergeant major's office, and they explain to the sergeant major what happened. So the sergeant major kicks my roommate and I out of his office. And then he goes to town on the fucking staff sergeant and the lieutenant.
That's awesome.
He's like, you want me to fuck up 2 Marines' career because they were drinking in their room with the door closed? And it was the fucking coolest shit I ever saw, man.
That's funny. You gotta love sergeant majors, man. You gotta love them.
Yeah.
It was fucking great. So I got lucky that time. The second time was in 2008. We just came back from Iraq, and we were in 29 Palms, debriefing, getting ready to get,
I hate 29 Palms.
And so we have a night off, so we want to go to Palm Springs, and we have a Marine who doesn't drink, and he's like, oh yeah, I'll drive. We're like, okay. And then a couple other Marines wanted to join, so we end up switching cars with corpsmen, a Navy corpsman. They were all rentals, but everything's good. We go, we get drunk. The kid driving, he didn't drink, so he was our driver the whole night, and he didn't mind. What we didn't know was the vehicle we got from the corpsman was actually a government rental, and those government rentals have GPS where if you speed, your commanding officer gets an email right away. So I'm passed out in the back of this van coming home, Next morning, they wake me up, and you got to go see a sergeant major and the lieutenant colonel. And I'm like, what the fuck did I do? And they explained to us what happened. So I took responsibility because I was a senior guy. Even though I wasn't driving but same thing. We got NJP. My lieutenant colonel's like, this is stupid. This all because of this stupid van. You had a designated guys that didn't do anything wrong. So I got lucky again. And
You are
that one
lucky.
would have
You are
cost
a
me a
lucky
lot
son
more
of a bitch.
because I was due to get promoted to staff sergeant within the next couple of months after that. So that one would have
Hoorah!
cost me a lot, but he looked out for me.
Oh yeah,
So yeah, I had a couple close calls.
that's good.
I'll tell you another crazy story for the young Marines out there, or the young future Marines, if you're watching. I was 19 when I was in Pendleton, and when I first got there, I didn't drink. I was, it was first couple months there. I had a roommate. He liked to go to Tijuana, Mexico. So we go down there. In mind, we had like a really long hike. We woke up like at 1, 2 in the morning to go do like a 13-mile hike. And then we come back. We're done for the day. We shower. We go out into the town. We go to TJ. I didn't drink, so I told my buddy, "Oh, I'll drive." And then he gets really drunk in TJ, and then he's like, "Hey, man, if you don't want to drive, if you're tired, we can get a room." And I says, "No, I'm like, I'm okay. I didn't drink. Like, we have nothing to worry about. I'll just drive back." I end up falling asleep and rolled over this car, man.
Oh my
So we
God!
roll over this car. California State Trooper shows up, and he could have really fucked us, but no, he did. He just called a tow truck and said, "I'll get you guys a ride to the base. Don't worry about it."
Oh, that's cool, man.
I mean, I've been extremely fortunate, man. I have been, and
Yes, you
those
have.
incidents, and then all the getting blown up, almost getting blown up. I tell people, tell fellow Marines, man, I don't know how a couple of my buddies and I, we didn't come back from over there ground beef. I tell them, because we had some really close calls, man. But
Yeah.
I gotta go here for a reason sometimes. So
Yes.
I appreciate
man.
Every opportunity.
Hey, Flake.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, I gotta start driving home, but Oscar, I just want to thank you for coming on, and you're part of the family now. So anything you need, just give us a call.
Yeah, anything you need at all, Oscar. Man.
No, I'll definitely. We'll be in Nashville. If not for the Marine Corps birthday, we'll be there again sometime in the near future, and I'll reach out for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Bring Taco with you.
For sure.
Yeah, try and bring Taco.
And his son.
You guys, man, thanks for what you guys do. I appreciate Taco, hooking me up with you guys, and
yes.
Thanks, Taco.
If ever you need me to come on, if you guys think of any questions of anything, or there's a specific topic you guys want to discuss in a specific episode,
hell yeah,
feel free to reach out and we can schedule something.
Hell yeah. Definitely, man.
I'm here for you guys. So
yeah, we appreciate you coming on and telling your story.
Send me, if you don't mind, send me the info where I can donate. Send me that info.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Spread the word, man. Like, the key is share this episode out and just tell people what we're doing. So, so just because you said that, I'm going to tell you right now what we do with the money that's donated. I don't put it back in the show. What I do is I started a nonprofit. The nonprofit's called Minutes Wisely. What I do, any money that's donated, I am saving that up, and I'm going to send. My goal is to start sending veterans and first responders to sporting events, and like professional sporting events, the NHL, MLB, NFL. We're not going to just send a veteran or first responder. We're going to send them with a mentor, so you have somebody to talk to for the night, and hopefully we can make a change. And our number one goal is to curb the 22 veterans that are committing suicide. That's our main goal. That's
Yeah.
our goal. We're going to stop it, and we're going to send people to sporting events.
Yes, sir.
It's all in its infancy right now. So, but I already have a guy that I'm sending to Chicago Cubs home opener this spring. That's the very first set of tickets that I'm purchasing, and then it's just going to grow from there. I feel like we're doing some great things, and I love your story. I love your story, one, because you're a Marine, but you're a Marine from Honduras. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. You're not even from this country, and you
Thanks.
still love this country so much that you wanted to serve it, and now you're still serving through the Chicago Police Department.
God bless you.
Yeah, I
man,
love that story so much.
That's what I was placed here for, man. Like a lot of us, we don't find our purpose. I think that's my purpose, man. I really don't see myself doing anything else, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Well, I just want you to know that we have your back. I know there's a lot of negative things going on with first responders these days. Not from us. Anything you need at all. If you need anything, call us. We have a pretty big network. If you need anything else, you call us, and we'll try to make it happen.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Appreciate it, guys. I'm looking forward to the day we can all have a beer together for sure.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Semper Fi, brother.
Semper Fi, brother.
Hoorah.
Hoorah.
Take care, man. Thanks for everything.
See ya.
All right, gents. Take care. It was awesome. Be safe.
Sure.
Yes, sir. You too.